if you took two people of the same age, two different couples, and one couple's relationship is going well, and another couple's relationship is not going well, you cannot compare the two because everybody's experiences through those relationships is completely different. So I'm just saying, your opinions to yourself. That's all I'm saying. It's like a lot of people, I've got tons of friends where I live, where the woman is older and the man is younger. And I think we call them ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode where an older man gives his reaction, but this time on a variety of other things, such as, why is it that older men date younger women? Age gap relationships is our subject today. So I'm going back in time. I'm going back 4 years to look at one of my older videos and to see if my views have changed. So I've not seen this video in 4 years. And let's just see what we come up with. So I couldn't decide what I wanted to wear. So I decided to put on a virtual shirt. That's what this basically is, the shirt. So I wasn't really sure how that feature worked. I just wanted something different. I thought it would give me a shirt and make me look as if I was in an actual shirt. But as I looked at the screen and I already had my thoughts developing, I was like, we gotta go. Let's just start talking. Screen and the projection on the camera is just, doing what the camera does. Especially considering the fact that the subject is a sensitive subject. Dear to my heart, but sensitive. Everybody doesn't like this subject. But it comes up from time to time. So I just thought we ought to talk about it on my channel. Basically, older men with younger women. Now, I've seen many YouTube videos where this subject comes up, where people try to put a number based on their opinion of the difference between the ages, what they should be or should not be. And it's interesting. It's quite interesting. One YouTuber said 10 years. That's it, 10 years. I'm like, okay. But basically, we're talking about relationships. Now, they're different type of relationships. You've got a mom and a son relationship, or a mom and a daughter, or a father and a son, or a father and a daughter relationship. You have different type of relationships. Now, I remember the comments that I received on this. People are really angry. You're comparing a relationship between a husband and a wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend, to that of a mom and a son or daughter, like because of the age discrepancies. And I was, because they're relationships about how people get along within a community. That's what a relationship is. And it's based on the dynamics of what you bring to the table from your life experience and what they bring to the table with their life experience. And then how well you get along is a determination of how strong or healthy the relationship is. So a mom and a child, that's a relationship with many years between them. And what's the point we're making? The point is always the same, that you can communicate with people who are of different ages and in different places in their life. So what is age? Some people like to go, age is just a number. That doesn't really accurately describe the situation. Age is more like a license. It allows you to move forward. It allows you to move backwards. That's what age is. So all this other stuff about 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, that's just subjective to someone's opinion. I don't live under anyone's opinion. I live in the real world. And they've got big age gaps. But for some reason, in the minds of some people, when they look at a relationship between a man and a woman, they say it's got to be close. But does it really? Or is this just somebody's opinion based on the way they see life? Now, I'm 53 years old. I'm 53. I like being 53. No, I like being 53. I like getting older because as you get older, you get a privilege for yourself. Everybody may not respect this privilege, but at least you get it for yourself. When you start to feel more comfortable speaking your mind, saying what's in your head. So I've heard people say that, if you date a woman half your age, it's because of something in your childhood that has affected you. Again, just somebody's opinion. And the people who generally say stuff like this, they're fumbling in their words. They cannot really articulate their point or their status or their position as well, because they're making it up as they go along. Like, what scientific study have you performed that says this is some kind of a mental disorder that an older man wants to date a younger woman, or vice versa, a younger woman wants to date an older man? I mean, seriously, you don't get it yet? You tell a person what happened in their childhood that may make them feel that this is why they're choosing someone half their age. Now, ideally, when it comes to having things in common, you want to have the most things in common. That's what makes a relationship work. The most things in common. For some couples, age is the only thing that they don't have in common, but they've got everything else. And then for other couples, they may have the age in common, but they may not like the same foods, or they may not have the same backgrounds, or they may not, look at life the same way. So the question becomes, which couple is going to have the most joy in their relationship? If age is the only thing, it's really sad, but that is a reality that happens quite often. And even people will tell you, me and my husband, we just don't have anything in common anymore. Or me and my wife, we're just not getting along. But the only thing they are is they're both 57 years old. See, that's silliness. The foundation is already laid before you enter such relationships. So why do they all of a sudden not have foundations? It's because they let them go. They let them go. But when you're dealing in an age gap relationship, there are reminders along the way that help keep the relationship intact. It's a powerful dynamic, one that should not be taken lightly. They may do things door A, and the other one might see door B. And then one will say, I see you later. That just seems how it happens sometimes. But it's just a personal decision. I have friends on both sides of the equation. And I'm talking about heterosexual relationships because that's all I know. I can't talk about relationships I don't know, nor do I understand. But in a heterosexual relationship that I'm familiar with, I have friends, older men, who are married to much, much younger women. And they seem to be doing well, just fine. Some people call that weird. Why would that be weird? I don't know why that would be weird. That's just the way people look at it. See, the only one that's thinking not so great or positive thoughts are the ones looking at it weird. The couple is fine. The couple see each other for who they are. They are the mature two of this situation. Because again, it's a relationship. Is it weird that a mom and a son would be so different, or a father and a daughter would be so? That's not weird, but they get along. They have a relationship. They get along just well. See, the thing about age is it's not just a number. It's a license that allows you to move forward in one direction, go backward. It's permission. That's all age is. So in the relationship of a mom and a dad, see, that relationship, a mom and a dad, right there, these are two people of equal, maybe age groups, perhaps, or experiences in life, perhaps, or just a history, maybe cultural, things like that. That's what they share in common. But when you look at a parent to a child, there's some differences there. But guess what? Regardless of the age, they're still getting along. What's the difference between a mother and a son with a 25-year age difference as opposed to one with a 50-year age difference? You mean the mother's going to love the one that's 50 years younger than she is less? I don't think it happens like that. I don't think it matters. That's all we're saying is that there are other examples of age gaps where it just doesn't matter how old an individual is. That's all we're saying. But when people put their opinions into it, they try to come up with stuff to make this not right. One of my friends, she's the same age as, actually, she's 2 years older than I am. She goes, that's gross. Gross. Because the only thing that she sees is two things, which is what most people say. If an older man is dating a younger woman, he must have money. He can't be a regular guy and broke like everybody else. He's got to have money, especially if she's really pretty. And then, if she's really pretty, people will say, well, he's only dating her for sex. And that right there doesn't make sense to me. Because if a man dates a woman for sex, he wants a more experienced woman. He wants to find, more pleasure, more joy. Someone that knows what she's doing, not to be training in the process. That's just my opinion. But then people get to choose whatever way they want to. Maybe some men do look at a younger woman.
And that point makes a lot of sense. There's some things you want to be equal with, and some things that you can be equal with later. But those don't always mean that those are the deal breakers, that it has to absolutely be done this particular way. And I'm talking about with characteristics, things that we like in a partner. Our partners may not have everything that we like, so you may have to compromise. Some women like tall guys, but they fell in love with a short man. Some men like skinny women, but they fell in love with an oversized woman. Sometimes it's just about compromising on what's of more value to you in the relationship than the aesthetics.
For sexual purposes. And perhaps maybe a younger woman looks at an older man for money, for security. But what's wrong with that? Why would a woman marry a man or have a relationship with a man who she felt couldn't take care of her? And why would a man want to have a relationship with a woman if he felt that she couldn't take care of him for whatever his needs or her needs could be?
And that's just how it is. We've heard the age-old story that men are attracted by what they see. We're visual. It starts there with men, most men. But then what about women? It starts with what she hears, most women. But that's just the point. There are different levels and reasons for attraction. And none of those things have to deal with the outsiders. It's all about the insiders, the two that are a part of that relationship.
So when you really get down to it, it's about people just minding their business.
Hello.
It just doesn't make sense that people have opinions on relationships that they're not even a part of. Because you really can't compare even your own relationship. If you took two people of the same age, two different couples, and one couple's relationship is going well, and another couple's relationship is not going well, you cannot compare the two because everybody's experiences through those relationships is completely different. So I'm just saying.
That age is not the enemy. Age is just what it is. It's permission. It's direction. It's movement. It's experience. That's all it is. It's nothing different than that. But sometimes as human beings, we complicate the simplest of things just to make a point that cannot be made in an age gap relationship.
Keep your opinions to yourself. That's all I'm saying. It's like a lot of people. I mean, I've got tons of friends where I live, where the woman is older and the man is younger. And I think we call them, I forget what they call them in America.
May, December.
April, December, May, December relationships and stuff like that because they're so far apart. Right? I've got a friend. I wasn't sure when I met them about 4 years ago if the woman was his mother because he's very young and she's much older. So they sat together. We were at a group meeting. They sat together. So I just, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And I figured, as I got to know them, I would learn the difference. So I saw him kiss her. Maybe she wasn't his mother. That was his wife. But as I've got to know this couple, awesome people. I'm finding that, but they've been married for 15 years and they get along like newlyweds. And I'm one of their closest friends. So
the way that they respond to each other is a dynamic all of its own. He has so much respect for her. She has so much respect for him. Yeah, she's old enough that she can ring around the rosy on his mentality, but she's so respectful and he loves talking to her. Now, he comes from an entirely different direction of knowledge. This is a guy that knows how to do everything with his hands. He can build a car. He can build a spaceship if he wanted to. She knows nothing about this, even in all her wisdom. He's very good at computers. He's very good at gardening. They both like the outdoors. They have so much to share with each other in their relationship that when you see them, you love being around them. Just amazing.
I get to see when she's upset, he's upset. The way they handle it, it's so mature. It's so out of respect for each other. He respects her. She respects him. Isn't that the basis of a relationship? I grew up around a gentleman who was much older than I was. But he had married a woman who was about 29 years younger than he was. And I always think about this couple because they're still married to this day. He's 29 years older than she is. Now, they're up in age now. I believe he's in his 70s. So that would mean she's what? 70, take about 30. She's like in her 40s.
Now, let me just update you on this one because I had the numbers wrong. He's in his 80s. She is like leaving her. She's like 51, 52 years old. She's just about a few years younger than I am. I mean, she's just like 5 years younger than I am. So depending where her birthday falls, she's between 51 and 52. He's in his 80s, like seriously. And the reason I stumbled is because I've seen this couple quite often. Neither one of them look their age. He looks very young. He's very agile. He moves awesome. This man got swag, man. He's got this beautiful young lady, his wife. He's keeping up.
But when you see them, man, they look amazing. Amazing.
Amazing.
Because the relationship is not based on the opinion of all these different things. It's about their love for each other. And in their love, there's so many other ingredients that they have in common that makes their relationship work. But when I look at them, I'm telling you, she looks amazing. He married a very beautiful woman in the Caribbean, and he's from New York, right? So he's older. And he's good looking too. He's a great looking man. So when you put this older man and this younger woman together, man, they married this couple. You could never look at them and think, oh, that's her fault. No. The way they handle and express themselves, that's his woman. And it's just an amazing relationship.
And you know that expression, how people say that when you marry your partner, how you start to look alike? She's like I said, right now she's probably like 51, 52 years old. She looks like a very mature, even her eyes are well defined. It's like they kind of harmonize their look. I mean, they've been together like a long time, right? And then you look at him, his look has kind of harmonized with hers. So you don't ever make the mistake at their ages in the 50s and 80s. You don't ever go, oh, that's father and daughter. No. At that point, you kind of look at them as like equals. Nobody would ever know unless they told you. You just see a beautiful woman and you see a beautiful man. Awesome.
So if you're in a relationship with a younger man and for the right reasons, or if you're in a relationship with a younger woman and for the right reasons, this is what you want. And you find you've got all these things in common. Good conversations. She doesn't bore you. He doesn't bore you. And you like what you've got.
Let me tell you something. One of the most important things for an age gap relationship, or really any relationship to be successful, is the conversation. Conversation is the window to the soul, not the eyes. Conversation takes you so deep in being able to define and understand the other person. The worst thing that can happen in a relationship is to be with someone that just doesn't talk, that doesn't use their language skills, that doesn't use their words to express the depth of who they are and to openly and with vulnerability let you know who they are. That is so frustrating. That is so limiting. That is so annoying when you ask them, how is this? And the best answer they have is it's great. And you know it's not great because they're limited in their vocabulary because they're choosing not to speak. Not speaking is a choice just as much as speaking is a choice. So people in relationships that don't want to talk, they're not fully grown yet. They need to continue to develop so that they can participate in this love theory.
And you see progression. You see a future with this person. I don't see nothing wrong with it. But again, you don't know me. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. Me not carrying any validation. If your friends start to come down on you, got to remember, the only person you're going to sleep with that evening in that bed and wake up the next day and that morning is the person that you're married to. And that is the only person that counts in your relationship. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this relationship video.
And I did. I enjoyed going back in time and recalibrating my thoughts as an older man to a younger guy. He's a younger guy now. But I really enjoyed it because we're living in a world that's just so full of judgment, so full of condensating things. And one of the most beautiful things that will continue on in our world now and forever is a beautiful relationship. So may you have one, my friend, and those that are out there. And definitely, thank you for watching our video. We really appreciate it. And this is an example of what we mean by having over 950 videos on our YouTube channel. And in this one, we just highlighted the age gap relationships, but there are also so many other videos that we're going to highlight and bring back some more and do reactions to them as well as we continue to move forward. We're enjoying this. We hope you're enjoying it too. So definitely share this video with a friend, a family member, or even a stranger. And help us to grow our channel. Hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to like the video. So thank you for joining us. This is Marvin Kane, an older man, reacting to Marvin Kane, a younger man. So thank you for your time. And as always, remember this.